Yes, now we are starting. Welcome to McKellar Motivational Monday. All right, so doing a few shout outs here before we start our topic. And thanks, Al. Hey, Christine from Springfield, Vermont. Omid from, oh, I missed it. It went up. Omid from somewhere. Hey, Bernie from Raleigh. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Trisha Loy. Hey, Louie from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So today, what do we want to talk about? Today, I want to talk about anger and how we don't have to be as angry as we think we have to be so much. Because it's not like there's not a lot to be angry about. There is. But sometimes we're angry about stuff that's not even that real. Or it's not what we think it is because we don't know the whole story. And that's kind of a big part of what I want to talk about. For example, oh, and by the way, on Instagram, if anyone's on Instagram, for the people who are on Instagram watching the live there, I'm doing a fundraiser for Dave Thomas Foundation. They find forever homes for kids who've been in the foster system a long time. They focus on older kids, teens, and kids with special needs that really need placement, and they do amazing, amazing work. They really are so thoughtful. They'll pair up kids who maybe had a nurse in a hospital that ended up bonding with, and they find out what their kid's history is, and then they match them up with people who maybe already love them. It's so wonderful. They do such great work. So raising money over on Instagram, just hit the button and you can donate. We already have 2 donations. It's so wonderful. And it all adds up. Even if it's just $5, $10, it all adds up. Thank you so much, Greg Hattrick, for $25. Thank you. And Jordan Chaplinsky for 10. Thank you so much. And I will do a shout out to anybody, very specifically, of course, anybody who donates. I'll do other shout outs too, but for sure. So, talking about getting angry about stuff we don't have to get angry about. Yes, I am still on Cameo, Tony. Tell me if you guys have ever felt really envious of somebody else's life, like especially on Instagram, but just in general. And then later on, you found out something about them where you're like, you know what? I wouldn't actually trade places with them. And think about, like, tell me if that's something you guys have ever experienced. For sure? Oh, thank you, Melissa. So this is a situation that I've been in. I mean, since childhood, there have been times when I've seen, a girl who was more popular than me or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh, I wish, oh, she looks like she's got it together way more than me, and especially on social media, it's so easy to make it seem like you've got it together more than you do. Yes, Sally, you've experienced that. Yes, Jack. Yeah. And then you realize that it actually wasn't everything you thought it was, and then all of that energy you spent being jealous and envious of that other person was truly wasted. And it was wasted energy. And I think there's only one currency, real currency in this life, and it's time, energy, and health, really. And for us to spend all that energy being upset and being envious when we didn't have the whole story. Yes, Hannah, you've experienced that? And there's some more donations, and I will thank you guys in just a moment. I want to just stay on this one thought for a second. So also, yes, anger is wasted energy. Now, sometimes is it good to be angry? Yeah, I mean, anger exists for a reason. But I would submit to you guys that most of the time that we're feeling really angry or upset about something, we didn't have to. We didn't have to spend our energy that way. So, for example, there's this story, this fable that you guys may have heard of before. There's a farmer, and the farmer loses his horse. His horse runs away. And everyone's like, oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's so horrible. And he goes, well, maybe, maybe not. And then the horse comes back a few days later and brings all these other wild horses. Now the man is rich with horses. And everyone's like, oh, that's so wonderful. The man says, maybe, maybe not. Then a few days later, his son is trying to train some of the horses, falls off the horse, breaks his leg. Like, oh, this is so horrible. And the man says, maybe, maybe not. and then the military comes through drafting soldiers, and they're only taking all the healthy men, and they pass by his son because he's got a broken leg, and they're like, oh, that's so wonderful. And the man says, maybe, maybe not. The point is, we don't know the whole story. We don't know the whole story most of the time when we're really upset about something. We're just getting the headlines, whether it's something in your personal life and you're seeing other people's, image that they put out, or we're watching the news and we're seeing the headlines and the things they're actually deliberately trying to get us to be upset about. The point is, we don't have the whole story. And when we don't have the whole story, which is most of the time, if we spend a lot of time feeling upset and angry about it, we can be really, really wasting precious energy when that could be spent on loving someone or donating your time or volunteering, doing something positive, just or taking a bath. I don't know. Just like there's so many things out there that we could do. You either live inside your story and own it, or you live outside your story and hustle for your worthiness. Yeah, that's something. Everything happens for a reason, Rachel. Yes, and there's a plan out there. Whether you guys have a God that you know have in your heart or something else, there's definitely a bigger plan, and we don't have control over most of it. But even just, I'm saying, even just the things that we see around us that make us really upset, do we have the whole story, and is it worth that time and energy? I want to do some shout outs for thank you so much for more people who are donating to Dave Thomas Foundation, which is helping to get kids to find forever adoptive homes, which is so huge, and it's what kids need. The foster system is tough, and I super appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jangy Cat, for $10. Thank you to Aaron the Jewish Dude for $10. Thank you to Trisha Loy for $10. You guys, it all adds up. Even $10, it adds up. You wouldn't believe it. It's amazing how much we've been able to raise. Adds up. Lisa Lily says, bath time, math time, 1, 2, 3. Yes, true. That's one of the books that I've written. Where is it? Oh, it's not here. This is a different bath time, math time. But it adds up. These donations really add up. So thank you. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you have any? Oh, here we go. One time I wanted to be like my old best friend, but now if you feel bad for her, you just couldn't see what she was going through. She was being rude. Right. Sometimes people are being rude to you, and sometimes it's because they've just had something horrible happen to them. That's another thing. When someone acts in a way to you that's not nice, then, I mean, we don't know. We don't know what their day was like. We don't know what their week is like. We don't know what they're going through. Even if we're friends with them, sometimes we don't know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors in someone's life, whether at home or just in general. Oh, thank you, Derek. I really appreciate that. Hera Lynn says she has 2 friends who are in the process of adopting a child. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. You donate over on Instagram right now. On my Instagram Live, yes, Jonathan. So you can go to Instagram Live right now and jump on there, and that's where the donation link is. And I will do shout outs to everybody who donates. We have another donation. Thank you, Sarah Brittany Berger, for $10. I think you donate every time. Thank you so much. You started learning about Egyptology from amazingly enthusiastic individuals instead of getting mad at what you're hearing on the news. There you go. That's something we can do. Yeah, there's gonna be drama in this world. There's gonna be drama, real drama and conjured drama, for our viewing pleasure, because the news makes money when people tune in, and people tune in when they think there's something big and important going on, and usually upsetting going on. So my mom always told me, be careful, don't watch too much of the news. And I think it's truer now than ever before. Oh, thank you. We are almost made to $100, you guys, over here on Instagram. Thank you so much. Barely Socially Functional for $15. Thank you. It's a hilarious name. Hey, Emma from Nashville. Well, I appreciate that, Trisha, truly. See some great comments here. That's true. You never know what people are going through. Just be kind. Always be kind. And you never know. You can turn around someone's day, too. Thanks, guys. I don't know if you can donate through Facebook, Nancy, but you can also donate. Just go to the Dave Thomas Foundation. It's DTFA on Instagram, and probably you can look them up. Dave Thomas Foundation. It's actually the guy who started Wendy's. He's used his platform and his resources to create this amazing organization. It's helping so many kids. Oh, we made it to $100, you guys. Thank you so much, Stephen LB, for $10. Thank you so much, Stephen. Yes, Rebecca, someone else's negative energy is a window into their day and lives. We can diffuse their bad day by simply being empathetic in the moment and not reactive back toward it. It works every time. Empathy and ego cannot coexist. That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I feel like there's something going on with Twitter. The stream is not working. Sorry, guys, on Twitter. Being there for them is so comforting and helps you big time, Ben. I didn't hear who you're there for, but yes. F. Duncan says he has, or she, I'm not sure, has a friend who gets upset at them just for no reason. How should you react? With kindness, if you can. And if it's really a toxic relationship, then you can detach with love, still help them, wish them well. But yeah, sometimes there's all we can do is our part of it. And if we're having, look, if you're having a bad day, a really bad day, everything's going wrong, and you go out into the world and you snap at somebody and they don't react, but they meet you with kindness and empathy, that would change your day, right? It would change that moment for you. So let's not underestimate the power of being the better person, being the bigger person. And if they're going to snap at you and they're going to be angry at you, just wish them well and don't play into the drama. If that person requires drama in their life, then they will go away on their own. And if they just needed a little helping hand, then you've done a great service. That's my take on it. Arthur says he loves the movie Crown for Christmas. Yes, I love making that movie too. It's a favorite one. I'd like to do another royal movie soon. Oh, thank you so much for to Waheber for $5. Thank you so much. Even $5 makes a difference. We've already raised $115. We're going strong. Thank you to Van7N7 Kim for $10. I hope I said that all right. Right, Josh. We wish we could change things to happen, and we can't. We can't change things that already happened. But, if it's something that was upsetting, just try to remember we don't know the whole story. We almost never know the whole story. And that just helps me a lot. You know what? I don't know the whole story, and there's more information coming. Yes, love and understanding is the answer, Bob. Sure, those are easy words to say. So we're just trying to figure out, like, okay, how, why, how do we do that when we're feeling really upset because somebody was just mean to us? Michelle says her grandma used to say, kill them with kindness. If someone gets mad at you because they're having a bad day, it doesn't mean that it needs to ruin your day. That's right. A lot of very wise grandmothers out there. Oh my gosh, up to 185 over here for David Thomas Foundation. Thank you so much. A heart for Vintage One for $10. Thank you to I'm Sophie Aim for $10. Thank you. It's Paolo Montalban. Wait, no, I'm going to say this right. It's Paolo Montalban. Thank you for $10. Thank you to Dub Burp for $20. Thank you, Dave Martin 61 for $10 and Dave 1466 for $10. We're up to 185. This is, again, we're raising money for the Dave Thomas Foundation. They find forever homes for kids who are in the foster system. A lot of teenagers who can't, they're not as easy to adopt. And this foundation does amazing things. They work with the family. They work with the child. They look into the child's history to see, was there a nurse or was there some caregiver or something, or a teacher or somebody in their lives that they really bonded with, that they then specifically reach out to and say, would you be open to adopting? And then they help them through the process. It's really wonderful what they do. It's truly a gift that they are giving to these kids. Yes, Torrance, I love that. Starve their negative energy. Like, kill them with kindness. I love how violent it is. Kill them with kindness and starve them of their negative energy. Yeah, just don't feed it. Don't let them feed off of you, and don't give them anything to fight back on. It takes two to tango. It takes two to fight. Edward says when he was young, he used to fight to be right. Now you don't care about being right as long as you know in your heart you're that's a really, really great thing for these days that we're having these days. So much divisiveness. Thanks, Josh. Pat, you can donate by going to my Instagram live that's going on right now. It's just on Instagram, the donation. There's probably a way to do it on Facebook, and I don't know. Facebook keeps changing, and I can't keep up. But on my Instagram live, there's a little button. It's super easy. Oh my goodness, we just got an explosion of donations. Wow, we're up to 325. You guys, I'm telling you, it adds up. Wow. Thank you to Nanner Jane for $50. My goodness, thank you so much. That is so generous. Thank you. Thank you to JS Zan 1996 for $10. Thank you to Bon Lore for $10. Thank you to I'm Sophie Aim for $10. Is it the same one or a second one? Oh, it's the second one. Thank you. Thank you to AA Goal. I think that's how you pronounce it. AA Goal for $50. So generous. Thank you so much. Thank you to Stan, the director, for $10. And thank you to Dave 1466 for an additional 25 on top of the 10 from before. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. $350 we raised. $350. That's incredible. That's amazing. It was like we had like 100 like a few minutes ago. And this is making a difference in kids' lives. This will empower them to do this research and have people on it and really find those kids the best possible adoptive home that they can have. We don't want these kids to age out of the foster system because then they never had a family and they don't have a chance to, they have no foundation. And life is tough. Life is tough as it is, even when you have the foundation. And we want to make sure these kids at least have that. Thank you, Nathan. Well, thank you, Brian, very much. Oh, another donation. Thank you, McLaughlin. 5511 for $10. Thank you so much. And Mary Ruth Winston Kitty 1 for $10. Gotta love a name that has the word kitty in it. I know, Al, there's so much that kids are going through. It's just, it's hard to think about. It's really hard to think about. And so I try not to like think about it a lot. I just try to like do stuff to help a lot so that I'm not sitting there thinking about the realities that these kids are going through. Just instead, like whether it's kids who are waiting to be adopted or even worse, some of the human trafficking stuff that goes on that affects kids. There's so many trafficked kids right now. And it's just, I'm working behind the scenes to try to figure out a way that I can be the best use in the fight against child trafficking. There's so many things that kids need and so much help that kids need, and I just want to keep moving forward and just keep raising money for these organizations. They're doing such a great job and they know what to do better than I do. My expertise lies in writing math books and helping kids not be afraid of math. I know I can do that directly, but I am looking for ways that I can help more directly with child trafficking. So more, hopefully sometime this year there'll be more that I can share about that. In the meantime, let's just keep raising money for these organizations that are helping kids and helping to keep kids from getting trafficked. Thank you so much. Thank you for, I am Sophie Aim for another 10. Wow. Thank you so much. So generous. Josh, I'm doing the fundraising over on Instagram, the Instagram Live right now, so you can join that. So anyway, so just to recap, so I should probably wrap this up. Just to recap, you know, what we're talking about is conserving our anger and not assuming that we know everything. Either whether we're seeing a headline in the news that makes us angry, whether we're seeing a friend who seems to have it all and we're feeling envious. We don't know the whole story in either of those cases. We don't know the whole story when something happens to us, whether it seems good or bad. We don't have all the information, and for us to jump to conclusions, it's really in a way us, I think, wanting to feel in control and wanting to know more than we actually know, but it's wasted energy. And we need to take that energy and focus on self-care and care of those around us, as opposed to the self-righteous indignation that feels sort of powerful and good in a way, but it's actually very damaging. And then also when someone else is mean to us, to remember, we don't have all the information about what they're going through and what their day is like. Someone's asking me to speak slowly. Sorry, I get passionate about something and then I talk fast. But we don't have all the information. So when we feel like we want to get really angry about something, let's take a deep breath and ask ourselves, do I know the whole story? Maybe not. And have you ever gotten really upset about a headline and then you actually read the article and you were like, well, wait, what? There's tons of clickbait out there. I've seen headlines that showed a picture of me and said, celebrities you didn't know committed suicide. And it's my picture. And you click on it and it's like not, obviously it wasn't me committing suicide. I've never done that before. But there's clickbait out there, so just be careful. Do you know the whole story? And even if you read the article, sometimes maybe there was a bias in there. I don't know. Point is, let's just take a deep breath and not get too angry and just know that we don't know the whole story, and that's okay. We don't have to know everything. What we need to know is how to take care of ourselves and the ones we love, and maybe more than that if we can. Just take it a step at a time and breathe. Right? Yes, Al, Lena, yes. Yes, Yoni, I am still writing books, actually. I've got one that I'm working on that comes out in February of next year. Oh my gosh, more donations. And then I should wrap this up. This is amazing. You guys, we raised $415. 29 donations. Thank you so much, Mr. E 1986 for $5. Even $5 adds up, you guys. It really does. Thank you, Michael Rivera 5733 for $20. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carlos AR 17 for $10. You guys are amazing. Yeah, right, Josh? Crazy, right? So $415 we raised for David Thomas Foundation. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who participated and is watching. I really appreciate you. And let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not get angry so fast, okay? We can do this. Sending you all lots of love. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you very soon on the Danny Cam. Bye. Mwah.